Hello everyone, my name is Cetra and today we will be checking out a few matches I did against 135 J-Man like a week ago, where we were trying to demonstrate why stress is weaker than damage over time and many other teams. So let's get right into it. So I'm bringing here one of my favorite stress teams. That I don't usually use stress, but the ones that I do use, this is one of my favorites that I actually stole from Humstick, another Darkest player. And J-Man is using a team that I helped to build with a Highwayman to use Riposte, which is very efficient against other damage over time teams. So at this point I get lucky and I get to go first. I decide to go for a Riposte with the Abomination to help me out basically. So if he tries to harvest, if he tries to use the Flagellant to pressure my backline or the Antiquarian, he's taking tons of damage. So obviously he's gonna go for the Riposte, because that's how you play the Highwayman. I decide to try lowering his damage for a little while. So Bellow not very efficient against damage over time, but what else is the Man-at-Arms gonna do? He goes for Ballad to try and counteract the dodge I have with my Grave Robber. And I decide to pressure his Antiquarian, which is the only target I can reliably hit right now, since he has the dodge buff on his Jester. And it's not worth taking either the Riposte or focusing the Flagellant. So we see a dodge, which is very fortunate, and the Flagellant taking a bit of Riposte damage. So at this point, I've got to respect the Riposte from the Highwayman. I try to go for the stun, but with that dodge buff, it's just not going to work every time. J-Man goes for Protect Me to basically prevent me to pivot all my attention to the Antiquarian, which is a very smart play. Uses Vendetta to try and lower my dodge even further, so I'm pretty much not going to be dodging anything at this point. So the stun works this time. That's good. So just to keep in mind that this is a damage over time team against a stress team. Usually it's like a rock paper scissors. Damage beats damage over time, stress beats damage, and damage over time beats stress. So he should theoretically win, but we are doing very well right now. This was actually some matches where I was trying to prove that stress sucks, but it's going very well so far. So we have to wait and see. So I'm probably going to slam. Yeah, I slammed the Flagellant. It doesn't work, it won't work every time, I don't have the slam trinkets, but now he can use his AoE abilities as much as he wants. Unless I go for the Riposte soon. With the Abomination. So of course the Antiquarian with the trinkets that he has is probably one of the best AoE dot dealers in the game. So I decided to go for a Bellow first. Interesting play. If I were to do it today. Oh yeah, I'm going for a Bellow to reduce the damage of the Highwayman so I can use the Riposte on my Abomination. So keep in mind these matches are like a week ago, so I'm pretty much watching them for the first time. No, that's a lot of pressure adding up on my backline. My Grave Robber has been taking damage over time for like 3 turns. Yeah, that's half her HP. So yeah, I probably use Toxin Trickery here. Yeah, buffs my dodge a little bit, probably won't help. But gives her a bit more time. Which, it was a bit of a passive play if I think about it now, because if I did hit that Panic Darts on the Jester, he would be afflicted right now and taking a ton of damage, but... Okay, the Jester moves forward, ensuring that my Houndmaster goes to Death's Door. Not that big of a deal, because I still have Lick Wounds. So here I do de-transform, I go for a beast smile, and I'm hoping that I don't take a lot of damage. 10 is still a lot, but yeah, the Highwayman riposte is just so strong, even with 3 bellow debuffs. Decides to go for my man-at-arms. Didn't want to take the riposte, I think. And it was pointless to go for Townmaster because I was going to heal anyway. So he goes aggressive with the Antiquarian. 8 damage riposte, yeah. You should riposte the Abomination, respect the Abomination riposte as well. Not as much as the Highwayman, but it's still mighty from time to time. Okay, and that's going to be 2 afflictions by 10-4. So not too bad, but not too great either. Considering your opponent gets the riposte, it's actually really nice. So at this point, the only completely alive character on my side is the man-at-arms. Everyone else is under a lot of pressure. On his side, everyone's under a lot of pressure again, except for the Highwayman. And Flagellant still has these heals. Yeah. If that's a bleed, ooh, yeah. Forget everything I said about my man-at-arms not being in pressure. His HP is just gonna start completely evaporating from now on. I go for a panic dart, probably. Don't have a lunge on my grave robber. Adding even more pressure to the Jester. I want to kill him before he gets his finale off. So it's 10-4 and he isn't even in position for finale. Probably because of the duelist advance and the few stunts I did to him. Probably messed up his game plan. He decides to duelist advance again. Okay, that's a weird play. He's probably gonna go for the killing blow now because I'm dazed. Since I'm dazed, I can't heal right away. With the A-bomb. Yeah, look at me, hovering over with my mouse on the A-bomb. He's going to die, probably. He has 2 finishes, so... I'd probably choose to lick wounds again. Guarding would be useless, since he can use the AoE on his Antiquarian. Bit of a knocked out, not important at all. So he doesn't get the kill, and we do! Look at that! 0 damage across the board because of the bellow debuffs. That's beautiful. And we get the 25% kill. That's very, very, very fortunate for me. So what do I do here? Maybe I should try and heal. Or going for a stun on the Jester. There's a lot of options I have. But if I don't heal, I'll likely die by the start of the next round. So I decide to go for a rage on the Flagellant. Interesting. What the hell was I thinking? Oh, almost dead actually. So he chooses to harvest because if he moves forward, the Flagellant will be in position 3. Doesn't get the kill because he doesn't have the finisher on the Jester. And now I can de-transform and... Oh, that was a very, very smart play. He's dead. The Jester's dead. Oh no. Oh, he's dead anyway. He's got stress on him because of my transform. Yeah, I thought I was gonna go for a beast spell, but I don't even need it to kill the Jester. Yeah, look at that. He's dead. Damn, and we see J-Man flicker his mouse a little bit. That was really cool. That was really smart, actually. So the Highwayman pretty much has no damage with all the bellows I've put on him, and the Flagellant's already inflicted, so I'd say this is pretty much lost for J-Man at this point. Now that was a really unfortunate that I got the kill on the Antiquarian, and that's super smart play on the Jester. It just... the game just went haywire pretty much. So I still don't want to take the riposte, so I'm starting to focus the Flagellant a little bit. Doesn't have the Gauntlet of Absolution, so he's not going to be able to heal very much. He's not deciding to heal either, going for more pressure on my backline. Ensuring that my Handmaster drops a Death's Door. And I ran out of Lick Wounds. So my Handmaster, all he did this game was pretty much absorb damage and a few odd stuns. He didn't do much at all. Yeah, it's just, what are you gonna do? I'm definitely not gonna Hound Harry into a Highwayman with riposte. So I try to guard, maybe buff my dodge up just a bit. J-Man probably... Ooh, that's unlucky. And he runs out of riposte as well. That's really unlucky. Probably would have gotten the kill there on my Handmaster. And now my Handmaster can kill him actually, if I want to. So it won't be easy to kill this Flagellant by any means. So the crit on the corpse inflicts stress on the life character. Very nice. You know, at this point, if you're J-Man, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? You need to get some kills fast. So he tries to go for one, 25%, doesn't get it. Puts even more pressure on my Grave Robber, but she was gonna drop the Death's Door anyway. So if I get a high damage roll, I might be able to kill one of them. It's impossible. Even with the crit, I don't think I'd be able to do 7 damage. Yeah, I do drop him to Death's Door though. He might die with the horror. We'll have to see. You know, Flagellant, as strong as he is, he can't take down 4 characters just by himself. If he had the Gauntlet of Absolution, this might have been a whole different game. But the Crimson Hook, it definitely helped him get some of the bleeds. That was something we were testing out as well. Okay, we dropped the Flagellant to Death's Door, and he will die. And because I have enough dot on the Highwayman, he'll die as well, so the game is over. Let's just watch chaos unfold. Who's he gonna let die first? He doesn't want to pick. Away goes the Flagellant. He cannot bear the burden. So buys the Highwayman a little bit of time because of the healing. Don't buy him too much time though. Panic Darts will take care of it. And off you go. GG, J-Man. So we tried to run a similar match again. Let's have another look. So that was that match. Yeah, this was from 20th of December, so quite some time ago. Almost a week. So this match is 14 minutes long, a bit longer. So it is oh no, it's not a rematch at all. He's bringing his famous damage comp, the Howlers. So very good, very aggressive, 2 shooters in the back against stress. So we'll see how this goes. So it's very, very explosive, the team that he has. He can go for a mark and just shoot away. And get kills very, very early, very quickly. The fact that he doesn't have a Jester makes it so he doesn't have the finale pressure, but 2 aimed shots, you know, both of them with like the same chance to crit you from full HP to 0, it's crazy. So instantly my Abomination gets marked and I try to protect him. It's not gonna do much. It's not gonna do much at all. Yeah, he still has 0% protection. So this should be a one-shot. Ooh, it isn't. He doesn't crit. It's a 44% chance to crit. So I go for a Hound's Harry. I hit everyone, which is very fortunate because he has a lot of dodge on the Houndmaster. Do keep in mind that he went first as well, which is crazy. with his team. He can do whatever he wants if he goes first. So goes for a sniper shot. Now it crits. Okay, a bit late. So another thing that's completely broken about the Arbalest is the more crits it gets, the more damage it will do. Because it gets a plus 33% damage against marked for every crit it does for like 3 turns. So he misses the come hither. He probably wanted to make my Abomination useless in position 4, but I don't think that would have been very smart because I could just take cover with the Grave Robber. So that was a very questionable play. Maybe dropping Caltrops early, I don't know. So he can still pierce the guard because of his trinkets. So my game plan here is to try and delay the kill of the Abomination as much as possible. So you get another heal. He has to shoot him again. So not a crit this time. And now there's 2 ways he can get the kill. He can either Hans Harry or he can use Caltrops. But I'm hoping that with the Bellow debuff and maybe the protection that I gave my Abomination from guarding, Caltrops won't be enough. We only have to hope. It did 0. That's lucky, that's very lucky. It did 1 damage to the man-at-arms, so that was definitely a chance it would do 1 damage to the A-bomb and kill him. So you get a crit on the back as well. That's a lot of stress coming from the Houndmaster. Maybe a bad decision to go for the Abomination first instead of the Houndmaster. He's definitely putting in a lot of pressure. So he goes for the Hounds Harry. The dodge. That's lucky. That's very fortunate for me. So it's only a 25%, but it will add up. So his Bounty Hunter is pretty much at death's door next turn. A lot of pressure put on him. You know, a few AoE abilities and just 2 panic darts and the character's pretty much dead. So he goes for another aim shot, he doesn't get it. That's so fortunate. That was a 55% to kill. He decided to mark with his Houndmaster, which only reduces protection and not the death blow resist. So I run out of heals, which is very rare. You usually don't run out of heals this early on the Abomination. So I decided to go for a slam. Very smart play. Now he has to go for another aimed shot to finally kill my A-bomb, which will be a 70% chance. He'll get it, but yeah, pretty much for sure. So at this point, that's the first character dead. You have to see how much pressure have you put in with 1 character down, and I have put in a lot of pressure at this point. It's turn 3, his characters are at more than 50 stress, with still a full transform horror stack put in, and his Bounty Hunter is pretty much dead at this point. But he already dropped Caltrops, and you know he still has a lot of damage output. So here I might be able to stress another character out. I decided to go for the Arbalest because she's the one in shooting position at this point. It will be an affliction for sure. No virtue trinkets. Bounty Hunter, lots of pressure. What's he gonna do? He's gonna spread some stress. So he decides to move. Smart play. Puts both his characters in position to do something. So I go for a Hans Harry. Don't get the kill, but I get some stress. And luckily I hit the Houndmaster again. I think I've hit him every time actually. That dodge isn't working out for him at all. So the Caltrops is gonna tick down on my characters, that's for sure. So now he has a mark on my Houndmaster, he's gonna try and kill him. So that's what he has to do, 47, that's crazy. That's what he has to do, he has to kill my characters 1 by 1. But I designed this team in a way that it's quite easy to protect itself. With, you know, Oh, am I gonna go for the Hans Harry? Really? Oh wow, that was a bad play. I think could have gone for a heal. I think I just wanted to get the kill on the bounty hunter. I was probably a bit ahead of myself. He can get the kill now. So he surely goes for it. Yeah, he goes for the finish him, and of course that's a dead Houndmaster. So that was a very bad play on my side. I'll be honest, I don't know why I did that. That was very risky. It was a 40% to kill the bounty hunter if it hit. Like 80% hit. So that was extremely risky. No, just as I was saying that my team has plenty of ways to heal and protect itself, I decided to go crazy. His bounty hunter should be dead though. I get to Bellow first next round. So he goes for a guard dog on my Arbalest to prevent more damage coming in from panic darts, but I can just shift focus. That's not a problem for me. I might go for a death blow right away on the bounty hunter, but I think that's stupid because Bellow will kill him next round for sure. He might try and heal the bounty hunter, but that's just delaying the inevitable. He needs to be doing more damage now. Yeah, he's going to do damage. He only does 7 because of all the battle debuffs and the fact that my Grave Robber isn't mount. So Bellow will get the kill now for sure. No, it doesn't get the kill, but the Horror will. That's what I meant. So all his characters very much debuffed when it comes to damage. So it's definitely gonna be a hell of a hassle to kill my Man-at-Arms at the front. But you can see Caltrops has already ticked for like 1/3 of his HP, and it will continue ticking. So if you can kill my Grave Robber and then start delaying, he'll probably win. Such is the power of Caltrops. You can really delay the matches if you can. Against Stress it's not easy to delay matches, but... So here even more pressure to the Musketeer. She might be dead actually. Yeah, she might very well be dead. So he has to choose which character he wants to heal with the Arbalest. If he doesn't choose to heal, he'll probably die. With both his characters. Oh. Yeah, that happens. Because of the stress of dying, maybe his Musketeer gets lucky. Yeah, that can happen. So because the Bounty Hunter died, she got some stress and that put her to death's door, and now she won't die. Crazy how that works. So she goes back, doesn't make a difference. She does 14 damage, no longer any Bellow debuffs. The Arbalest cleared it. But I think the Musketeer is dead if I go for a Bellow. Which I decide to go for, probably risking the life of my Grave Robber. Which, honestly, it's a good play regardless. He doesn't have a very big chance to kill her, at all. It's a 25%. If he doesn't go for it though, yeah. Ooh, that's unlucky. That is unlucky, my guy.
In the end, we all die alone.
Marks himself, doesn't make a difference. So at this point I really wish that Houndmaster could start hitting himself so he could drop to death's door, but just for a blackjack. I have 70% stun resist on Man-at-Arms. That's very unlikely to work. So because the Arbalest is guarded, she's not taking as much stress. Oh, she is now. She is, because the buff from guarding ran out. If you didn't know, the Houndmaster, when he guards a character, it gets a stress taken buff. So it takes like pretty much no stress. In the meantime, he's trying to delay. He's trying to delay. Yeah, he is. Okay, so he stunned my Man-at-Arms and now he's trying to heal up with his Arbalest. So it's very smart of him, because I do still have Caltrops on me, and I will have until pretty much the end of the game. So it goes for a Hans Harry, impossible to stun me. Maybe it would have been smart to go for a to go for a guard, I wouldn't have been able to do pretty much any stress. But you know, the bodies are gonna start disappearing. And once they disappear, there's no more heals for J-Man. So of course I go for Bellow. It's the only offensive, aggressive ability I chose. So that's 2. I go back to 70% stun resist, and what would you do if you were J-Man at this point? So he decides to heal his Soundmaster. Oh, he says no. Yeah, he's a masochist. He might kill himself actually. There's a decent chance. I don't know how much it is. I think it's 10%. Just like with the pass. So he goes for a stun again. Doesn't get it. Thank goodness. So his Master should be almost dead at this point. 18. Not quite enough. Just a knocked out would be enough. Maybe a knocked out from the Obelisk, calling him stupid. That would be fun. Goes for yet another blackjack. He could be going for Hans Harry to do more damage, but ooh, it pays off. Oh, that's enough. Obelisk had him in her sights, and now she passes. Holy crap. So, passing is a 10% chance, that I know for certain. Caltrops is still ticking though. So, very fortunate for me that the Houndmaster died there. 2 damage. The damage of Caltrops pretty much. So next then I will drop to Death's Door. But so will she. And it is turning out to be really, really close. So moves forward, decides to bowler. Oh, that's enough to stress me out. That could be bad. If I skip a turn or do something like that. Oh god, that's the worst affliction I could have gotten. I get masochistic. That's really not good. Oh man. Oh no. Okay, I dropped my death blow resist for 15. Can you believe that? She got a crit. And that made me stressed out. I really don't remember these matches. Damn, crazy how you forget like almost everything in 5 days. Okay, thank goodness that's not another act out to kill himself. So 17 stress, next battle will kill. So if he doesn't get the kill now, and if I don't kill myself, okay, he doesn't get the kill now, that must have been like a 70%, no, like a 30%. So do I kill myself now? Oh goodness. Oh, okay, no, that wasn't, not that act out. Jeez, man, that was too close. Can you believe that he got the crit to get me to just enough stress to make me go masochistic and hit myself? That was insane. That was a really nice match, J-Man. I liked it. Oh, and we're off to the 3rd match, I think. Don't even have to go search for it. Okay, this might be a rematch of the previous one. I really hope it's a rematch and it just didn't go back. And we're watching something repeated, but no, I think it's a rematch of the first fight that we did. So I do go first again. So if I do recall, I tried to go for manacles here. So it's a different opening. If you remember, I opened with the riposte on the Abomination last time. This time I open with the stun, making it so I can use Hans Harry as much as I want on the Highwayman for the first round. So we'll see how that works out. And this also makes it so he can't use Ballad turn 1, which is what he usually does. Even without Ballad he gets both the hits, okay. I guess that's fair, he does have some... He has 95 accuracy on Reign of Sorrows. So I decide to go for Hans Harry, not very useful. Misses 2 characters. Yeah, he does have the dodge buff, so what can he do? So he goes for a Dirk Stab at turn 1. Put himself forward, so he's going all in on my Abomination, I think. I decide to go for a Grave Robber into a Panic Dart. I crit the Antiquarian, that's very useful. That means that she's dead in 5 turns, or 4 or 5 turns. And the stress is really good as well. So he hits everyone because I don't have the riposte now. And you know, the bellow here, it's not useful at all. It's not useful at all. Like, this is being a much more aggressive match than it was last time I think. Both teams have more pressure on them at this point. So I go for another Hans Fairy while I can. Still one dodge. His Antiquarian though, taking a lot of pressure, but my backline, if he drops another Rain of Sorrows, it's gonna be nasty. It's gonna be very, very nasty. What does he choose to do here? What would you do here? Maybe he tries to protect his Antiquarian. No, he just goes all in, yeah.
Death waits for the slightest
So my backline doesn't take that much pressure, but the front is starting to take some damage. That does give him some dodge, which is nice. So Bellow, it could be useful here to debuff him from actually doing damage to get death blows, but I think he resists the Bellow damage debuff on his Antiquarian. So we might not have a repeat of what happened last game, where his Antiquarian did 0 damage. That was by like turn 5, so it was very different. The match was looking much slower than it is now. So without Ballad, he's hitting pretty much everything. So I'd say that's very fortunate. And my Grave Robber has just enough HP not to drop the Death Star. But if I do click her, I think... Oh, this is so stressful. His Jester can pretty much do anything. Well, unless I stun him like that. Look at that, that's like 40% of his HP gone. A transform into a slam next round would be very useful. So if he decides to go for Duelist Advance, his flash one's going to be put into third. Oh, he does just enough damage that I dropped the Death Storm. Extremely smart play from J-Man. That means that next round he can use his Antiquarian to do just enough damage. So I'd probably go for the Jester here to try and add more pressure. It does hit, good. It does hit. So he's dead over time. He's got a lot of stress on him as well. So at this point, guarding with Man at Arms might be a smart idea. Then he can still finale my A-bomb if he wants to. Don't forget he has like 2 very aggressive plays he can do right now. He can finale and he can use the Antiquarian to get a death blow. So he resists the Bellow debuff again. We get a Masochistic Jester. Not enough to drop him to Death's Door. And the Antiquarian goes Irrational, which I think it's minus 15% damage with minus 20 on the Bellow debuff. I mean, it's round 3, he resisted 2 out of my 3 Bellow debuffs. She had 45% debuff resist, I have 120. And, oh, he does get the kill. He full on gets damage. That's very unfortunate. He also got the 50% kill chance, and he still has the finale to use right now. This is looking like a complete disaster for me. I decide to go for Hound's Harry once more, but I miss almost everything. I don't get a lucky kill on the Antiquarian. Yeah, but as I was saying, with 45% resistance, that's like a 65% chance that I get the Bellow debuff. I should have gotten 2 Bellow debuffs, not 1. That probably would have been enough. He goes for a finale, yeah, of course. I didn't even try to prevent it. I think I was trying to drop the Jester to Death's Door, but he dodged. I was trying to drop him to Death's Door so he wouldn't have enough damage, but it was a very risky play. I probably should have gone for a heal or yet another stun, maybe a slam even. So it's looking very sad at this point. I mean, if I were to guess, I'd say the Flatron could pretty much win this match on his own. So it's looking really, really sad here for me. So this is what you can see, what happens in the Butcher's Circus. Sometimes you can win matches, and sometimes, even with the exact same teams, you just don't. So I did try to innovate a little bit with my plays. I went for some risky plays, and it didn't work out at all. So I go for a guard. Maybe I should have gone for a guard on the Grave Robber like the last turn. So he got 2 kills by turn 4. You know, that's just the power of damage over time using a Chester. So I do get the 40% kill. That's very nice. His Jester could be dead in like 1 or 2 turns if I get enough stress on him. So maybe there is a chance, but I don't see how I'm going to kill his Iron Man. He still has so much HP. He's only at 40%, 40 stress, and holy crap, he's doing more stress than I am. Man-at-Arms abusive, that means I could stun my own team. That would not be fun at this point. I'm outnumbered already. Ooh, maybe he... no, he just marks himself. It's one of the weirdest act outs. I've never seen it work. So 35% chance, doesn't get it. He'll probably get it with the Iron Man. He does have the Wicked Slice and the finisher. So at this point, what am I gonna do? Just bellow? Bellow until you die. Just lots of stress. Not enough. Now he just gets the kill. Yeah. So it would be 40%, 65, and yeah, that was a 65. He actually decided to risk it by going with the Duelist Advance, but I guess it's a smart play if he doesn't want his Jester to die that early. Oh, just enough to make the Flagellant go Rapturous. That's not a problem though. Rapturous Flagellant is strong.
Will fall to the Tempest's winds.
So yeah, all I have left is the Handmaster. There's literally no way I can win this. So take it from here that, well, maybe you should go with Riposte if you have a Riposte against a damage over time team. And you should probably stick to what no works. So I tried to invent some stuff, and you can also see here that J-Man, by going way more aggressive than he went last time, he managed to win this game, like, very convincingly. So it was also a very good point on my part, on his part, I mean. And there we go, Handmaster gone. GG, J-Man. Alright, thank you everyone. I'll see you next time, and have a Merry Christmas, I guess.